Hi, this is RockinRobin, and you are at RockinRobin's Garage Sale Finds. What we do is we sell on eBay, we sell on Poshmark, we sell on Facebook Marketplace, and we sell at flea markets. Today we got an interesting topic. Should you do eBay or any online selling full time? It's a good question. It's a question probably a lot of you out there are asking. Well, there's a lot to think about. So let's take a break. We'll be right back, and then we'll talk about it. Hi, welcome back. Well, the first thing is, number one, you must be self-motivated. No one's going to tell you to work, but if you don't, you're not going to have any money coming in. For some people, they can't do that. For some people, they need someone on their back all the time, like a boss, a spouse, something like that. So if you are not able to motivate yourself, don't be a full-time seller. If that's what you do and you're very motivating, well, you have that one on your side. You might want to make a checklist of these and see what you can do and what you can't do. Before I get to number two, I want to make sure that if you like this video, you subscribe, you hit the bell, like us, and comment. At least do the subscriber thing. You're going to love this. We're going to help you all the time. So let's get back to it. Should you be a full-time seller on eBay? Well, one thing you better know, number two, is that you're going to have to pay for your own insurance. Unless you have a spouse that works full-time and can get insurance that way, you're going to have to buy your own insurance. And let me tell you, insurance is costly. It can be $1,000 a month. You got to make sure you're going to make enough profit to have insurance. And if you're not going to do that, you better find out before you decide you're going to do this. Don't go quitting your job and then you don't have insurance. You better check out everything. So don't just say, oh, I'm going to quit my job, I want to do this full time, and you have no insurance. Bad, bad, bad. Three, be sure you have a consistent product. Do you have the inventory? If you haven't done this part-time and you haven't looked into having a product consistently, you're not going to succeed. What I mean is a product is you have something you know. Say you work for a company or you worked at a company who can give you good prices for their products that you can sell all the time, such as a tool. Work for a tool company and you can sell that continually. Then you have a consistent product. That doesn't mean you can't go to thrift stores and eBay and flea markets and get other items. Of course you're going to do that. But you want to have at least one item that you're going to sell consistently if you're going to do this full time. You can't just count on the stuff you're going to find, because there's going to be days you're going to find nothing. You want to be sure you know your product. Now, number four, try this part-time. Don't just jump all into it. Unless you have no job, then you want to try this, that's fine. But if you have a job, don't just give up the job until you try this first. Work your way up. Learn about it. Don't just go all in until you know exactly what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to be in for a long, empty road with no money. Number five, talking of no money, can you survive during the slow months? Sometimes January through February and July through August are very slow. You might have to do flea markets, shows, or other part-time work. Are you willing to do that on the slow months? Are you going to make enough money the other months to make up for that? Are you going to put money aside so when those months are slow, you have some money come in? These are things you have to think about. You can't just go in and be a full-time seller if you didn't think about all these things. Number six, if you're doing it full-time, do you have enough money to buy items? Now, many people say you don't have to become an eBayer with any money. And that's true. Sell your own things. But if you are becoming a full-time eBayer, you have to buy as many items as you can. And you have to have a lot. You have to be willing to make a store on eBay. You have to be willing to do a lot. And you're going to have money to start with. Don't think you can start with nothing and be a full-time seller. You can't. You got to have some money in the bank. You got to have it. Number seven, experience it first. Be sure this is what you want. Be sure that you love this job. I always say you have to love this job in order to succeed. You can't just be doing this wholeheartedly. Any job is like that. No matter what job you do, you really need to enjoy it. You need to love it. It's got to be something you want to do. If you don't experience it and see if it's something you like, some people hate it. Some people say, oh, I hate buying something from $1 from them and reselling it for 20. That's an awful thing. I feel like I'm taking them or something. If that's not what you're about, if you don't get a thrill out of making more money, then you shouldn't do that. You have to be sure this is what you want. Number 8, you have to have in your head, you have to know the profits can be amazing, but failure is an option. The economy could slow down and all of a sudden no one's buying from eBay or wherever you sell. Whatever the product you sell, all of a sudden nobody wants it anymore. You have to know that that could happen. Nobody wants it to happen. We hope it doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't happen for you or for me, but it's an option and it does happen. So be prepared and know that that could be an option. Number 9, do you have a space in your house to store items? Can you pack them? Do you have a big enough car to load a bunch of items if you have it? Are you going to need to buy storage space? What do you need? Figure out all the logistics first. Don't just think it's just going to happen. You have to figure these things out. And what about the paperwork? Do you know how to write paperwork? You're going to have to, when you do taxes, tell them how much you sold, know how much you sold everything for. Are you writing down everything you sold and how much you bought it for? Are you writing how much you sold it for? You have to have all those together. It's not just buying items that's great that they sell. That's the fun part. You still have to do all the paperwork. You have to know those things before you decide to become a reseller. And number 10, are you willing to learn and change? Are you willing to work 7 days a week? Are you willing to always be in eBay mode? When you do eBay, you're not just working 4 hours a day and that's it. You tend to work more when you work for yourself than you do for any other job. You're going to be working 50, 60 hours a week. You need to be in eBay mode all the time. You need to be able to see something and think, how much can I sell that for? How much money can I make? You can't just sit there and put yourself in that mode for a couple hours a day and then go out and do what you want. That's not the way this job is. That shouldn't be the way any job is. You have to know what you're doing and you have to be in eBay mode. So those are my 10 things that you need to know before you quit your job and do this full time. I hope you liked my page. I want you to subscribe, hit the bell button, comment, and we're going to bring you lots more. So one of the things you need to do is subscribe to our page because that is really important to keep you successful. This is RockinRobin. Keep up your eBaying and go make some money.